Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. Hope you all are having a wonderful evening and a great week so far. Welcome to the Year in Gundam Part 1 2025. I am your host, Stephen Bayless, aka Midnight Hatter. Joining me, as always, the Blue Gamer Gundam Explainer, Adam Blue. And tonight we have a special guest on here, your favorite Simple Newtype, Kyle V. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. That's a lie. No one's doing great. It's 2025. We'll see how things are in 2026. I don't
Yeah,
know
but
why
yeah,
I started off with a lie. That was weird.
Make it your last lie
Yeah.
of 2025. Hopefully, life is gonna get a lot better for us here in about 3 hours, but, I won't hold my breath. Yeah, tonight is Midnight Hatter Live, the weekly variety show where we talk Gundam, Gunpla, and gaming, and Adam and I started this tradition last year, but it's
Yep.
something we've talked about for, like, 2 or 3 years now, right, Adam?
Mhm. Yeah, like, it's that Game Awards thing, I'll see the Game Awards and be like, like, I want something like that for Gundam, but thing I don't like about the Game Awards is that awards thing, it's like, what's the best? And I think that's what's cool about gaming and Gundam is there's so much variety that's not really what's about the best, but what is the cool stuff? And so that's kind of what I wanna do. It's like, at the end of the year, just check out all the cool stuff. Curious to see what, the results are for that, so
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, you'd put out a survey that a lot of people had submitted their answers for. So, we're going to go over a few of those. Tonight, we are going to primarily focus on the Gunpla, the gaming, and and a little bit of like the Gunpla builders of 2025, and just shine a light on some of the content creators around Gunpla building. And then tomorrow, we will cover, the action figures, the
yep.
anime, and everything else.
Yeah, I think, what was the other thing? Yeah, some content creators that are not focused on Gunpla, but just Gundam in general, so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that we separated that out into individual things because, like, for instance, and this is Kyle, your perfect example is like you are a Gundam
Mm,
content creator, but not a Gunpla
Mhm.
content creator, and so
Yes.
I would think it's like unfair to put you in the same category as,
right.
like
I
a
would
Mecha
even
Kotsu or
yeah,
something like that.
exactly. Even with the Gunpla stuff I do, I would lean away from being a Gunpla creator, more of just part of the Gundam I like to share, so that's it. Yeah, it's a good distinction too, especially with all the cool Gunpla builders that do all the different types of things, like the LED stuff, and then you get people like, Simply Newtype doing live action acting, like, it's insane. The stuff out there is sweet, so
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool seeing people do what they can with what they got, you know? Reminds me of the 90s before the internet when you're all like, here's a VHS. I don't know. This dude made a video of like him being a Jedi, like a random fan video of Star Wars. It's like that. And I kind of like it. I kind of like it, but
yeah.
I wish I could consume more of that type of. I just don't have time for it, but there is a lot of stuff out there that I wish I had time for.
Yeah.
Just
When it's hard to find sometimes, like, I feel like I and that's part of why we do this, part of why we open it up to the fans to say, like, what are the things that you guys found this year that are interesting because we don't get to see it all, and
Yeah.
it can be
yeah.
really difficult, like, when there's an up and coming content creator that just isn't getting as much love, and so it's just a nice opportunity to kinda pass zines around and stuff, like, as if that's aging
Oh, yeah.
myself, like
No, that's
Oh,
cool. Even with the Gunpla, like, for instance, there are some I didn't even get around to, so it's good that we can kinda get together and talk about that. But, yeah, time, that's the thing too, because there's the building. I never got around to the Psycho, Mark II, even though I really
Ah,
wanted to, the Psycho
yeah,
Cannon Mark
neither have
II.
I, it's, sitting right over here in the corner.
And then
Um,
randomly, I built something from Witch from Mercury, that's the other cool part about all this, so
Speaking of Witch from Mercury, huge update over on SD Gundam G Generation Eternal. Um, SD, well, SD, the Seed Destiny second half and Witch from Mercury second half are now playable in the story mode.
oh,
There's
cool.
a banner suit for like the Calibarn and the Destiny Gundam. There's a ton of stuff going on. You can get like thousands of free diamonds just by logging in tonight.
Uh,
Definitely log in tonight because there's a free 10 pull that you get that you can like swap out and like pick your favorite ultra rare that you
oh,
want to get. So that's something. Um, and
Uh,
here I was thinking that, like, this was the time that this mobile game was gonna start getting a lot shittier.
oh, yeah, and no, it's still pretty
St
good for a mobile game.
still doing pretty good. They introduced a couple of new game features that it's like, you know, once a video game, like, especially a gacha, has more than, like, I wanna say 10 different resources that you can collect and manage, that's when it starts to get a little ridiculous.
Mm,
Yeah. Once the game becomes managing the menus and resources, and then it's like, "Oh, I haven't checked this one yet to then do claim."
Yeah. I have
Yeah,
enough capital, but not enough diamonds, and I
yeah.
have diamonds, but not gold, and, like, then I have tokens, but not the coins, and so it's just
But it's interesting that you bring that up because for me, it's an obvious dopamine effect where I go to sit to play the game, and then if I know, "Oh, now I gotta go through never mind, I'm not gonna get the experience I sat down to get, so I'll play a different game." Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because how I was been used to playing games. I don't know. Yeah.
that's
yeah.
interesting. I used to be the biggest like JRPG fan back in the day, played all of the Final Fantasies and all that.
Oh.
But like if I sit down and play an RPG these days, I start like, I start min maxing, I start optimizing, and then I go like, I need to like then I start like drifting to like making videos or like doing something else. Like it doesn't
Mm.
hit the same anymore. And I
Yeah.
wonder
Yeah.
what that is. Like that dopamine of like managing the resources, trying to optimize your builds, all that doesn't
Yeah.
hit the same way. I wonder what that is for me.
I
Yeah,
think we're
I
getting old is the problem. We
yeah.
become much more discretionary about our time, and it's
Sure.
like, you know, when you're in your teens and
Yeah.
20s, you're like, "Dang, you know, I could spend, like, 40 hours optimizing this build and create" and you know what? I might even start multiple saves on this RPG because I wanna see,
Mhm.
like, what the caster build is versus the fighter build or something like that, or min-max a dex build, something like that. But now if I can't do everything, then I'm just like, I don't have time for this.
Yeah, I feel like yeah, when we're you brought up a
Yeah.
good point about us being old because when we were younger, I felt like we didn't really worry about the time. We just would sit
Yeah.
there and just take it in. But
Just
that's cool,
focus.
Kyle, about the JRPGs because I was just getting I've been talking about like 8 times already, Xenoblade, and it's like even though I've never really been into JRPGs much, this one, even though it's not fully JRPG, it has enough of that, and it's pretty fun.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, it has a little bit more of that real timiness to it. Like, my favorite JRPG way back in the day was Vagrant Story,
Vagrant Story.
It's a
I
good
and that
one.
one was very, like, positional, like, you would have to move around and stuff, like but, uh but yeah, but this is a Gundam show, so
It
let's get
is.
back to the Gundam. Uh, I wanna go over the, like, top Gunpla not top let that's kind of a misphrase. We'll say, like, the fan favorite Gunpla
Yeah.
of 2025, and we have a wide variety of answers here, but I would say that the majority of them came from GQucks.
Yeah.
So, like,
Mm,
Sayla's light type gun cannon, Xavier's Guian, the
mhm.
Red Gundam itself. So, yeah, and th let me screen share this with you guys because there was a post from Dengeki Hobby over on Twitter, X, whatever you wanna call it, and they went over the top purchased Gunpla of 2025, and the number 1 most purchased Gunpla was the G-Quux itself.
Mm.
Um,
Mm,
Did
how
any
much
of
of
you
that
purchase it?
what's that?
Did any of you purchase it?
no.
Not
No?
I.
Okay. I did, so it's maybe a 1 out of 3.
30% purchase rate, that's probably pretty good. Um, well, and how much of that do you think is just because of the hype of the show?
Uh,
Yeah, because of the follow-up
most. I'm
one.
gonna say over 50, at least majority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause it'll be interesting to see where GQucks kits fall on the top purchase kits for 2026 when there's no anime to go along with it.
Yeah.
But what I love is that the number 2 most purchased Gunpla is the humble HG 1 to 144th scale gun tank, which I think this kit's like 22 years old.
Wow.
Uh, we were just talking about it before the show started, like, I don't know if this is a meme or something.
No, yeah, I
Nope.
was thinking that too, but I think one of you, I think it might have been Kyle, was just talking about how it's just kind of like a very easily identifiable and cool looking robot if you wanted to build a model kit.
It's real, it's grounded, everyone loves
Yeah.
it. Um, yeah, I think there's the memes of, like, the Woo from Gundam Evolution and all that. I guess
Oh,
that's
yeah.
there, but I think it's just genuine love for that little guy, man, honestly.
Yeah.
He is a
It's like a
sturdy little
Grogu.
fella.
It's like the
Um,
Haro of the mobile suits.
Yeah.
and you know what's interesting is, like, this particular kit, I don't think it has any of the sort of compatibility that we're used to seeing from more modern high grades where you can, like,
Mhm.
swap parts and stuff. You can't
Oh,
do that thing where you would, like, put the Gundam body on the gun tank, which is kind of unfortunate, like, I kinda wanna do that now.
does it have a core fighter in there? Or
No core fighter,
core
doesn't
core?
come
No
with
core
one.
fighter. Hmm.
And then it just has this massive peg joint where the torso is, so, like, there's no
Oh, okay.
way that you're gonna fit an RX-78 on that, so, hopefully, we get an updated version of this that is compatible with, like, even if it's just compatible with, like, the entry grade Gundam and has a core fighter with it.
Well, I guess then, yeah, that's something that could it's interesting. That's something that could use an update, but it still sells well, so why would they?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good
True.
point.
Yeah. Like, why bother? Don't fix what isn't broken.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Um, and then, yeah, aside from, like, the G-Quux stuff, we got Master Grade Barbados Lupus, so some IBO representation in there. The real grade Shining Gundam, which I know was a huge fan favorite. I'm not a big G Gundam guy myself, but what do you guys feel? Did either? Well, Kyle, I'm sure you didn't, but did
Hmm.
you pick up any of the G Gundam model kits this
No.
year, Adam?
Nope, I did not. In fact, it's funny how I didn't really pick up anything on the list of what people, put in except for that's not even on there, the G-Quux, um, itself, right? Is that not on there?
Yeah, the
Huh.
G Quux itself was not
It's funny
on
that
our list.
yeah, it could just be because it's more of the I guess the people that would be doing this are people that are already kinda in, and I think the G-Quix, you kinda look over it when you look at what
Yeah,
are the kits from G-Quix. Because for me, I built what's not on there, the Gelgoog from G-Quix, which I think was the coolest one of the coolest of G-Quix, and then the Nyan, which I love, that's that Witch from Mercury, and then the was it the Xerius? That was
yeah,
from Gundam 8th, and it's like I backloaded. I built all those at the end of the year, but and I forget what I did for my top 5, the number 1, if I remember correctly, was it the Zagok with the option part set, the Cavalier? I forgot what I said, but
Mm.
that one was just a whole cool piece in general. Even though I don't care too much about Seed, that whole thing was pretty cool.
but it came with so many cool option parts like the Infinite Justice head and
Yeah,
torso that fit inside it, so that was kind of cool.
yeah.
Um, and then, yeah, nobody mentioned the Psycho Gundam Mark II, which was surprising because that was, like, the biggest release
Yeah.
of the year in March, so
And that was a big deal because I remember, people online talking about they can't wait for that to be released, and then there was that Chimera from Build Fighters or whatever, and then was like, "Oh, that has parts that looks like it would be with the." And I had pre-ordered it from Hobby Link Japan, and then they just would never send it, and it's and then I saw it some other places, and I was like, "Ah, maybe one day, because there'd be something else." If I don't pre-order something, I'll probably overlook it later. I don't know.
Did you say you haven't or you have built the Xerius?
Oh, I've
I'm
built it. Yeah.
I'm curious, what is that like? Because is it what is it? I think it's, like, hinted at that it's supposed to be kind of, like, built off of alien body, flesh.
Oh,
Um,
interesting.
so I'm
No, you
curious
know
how
what?
it built.
It comes off as like a cheap entry grade, like, the plastic is very I wasn't super impressed with it, to be honest. I think it looks
Okay,
cool, but the build it reminded me of a lot of, like, IBO, to be honest,
okay,
like an IBO design. Yeah.
so, yeah,
interesting.
it's got a bit of that organic looking, design aesthetic to it.
Yeah.
But Kyle,
Bio-humanoid.
you're the
I
only one that probably's read Gundam 8th, right?
I've read it all so far. No, I
Oh,
haven't
that's
read the
cool.
last chapter, but yeah, I'm pretty more or less caught up. It's pretty cool so far. It's like a huge tease, and you're just like, what? And then you're probably gonna have to wait for 5 years to get an answer. So
Oh, wow, okay. That's cool. That's another section we haven't covered much. Maybe could use you for that is, like, the manga stuff,
Yeah,
because the manga comes out like they've had Shuri's Counterattack come out this year, right? I think, like,
did
some
they?
volumes of it
The
translated.
Beltachika's children.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how I consume all of my Gundam mangas is through Simply Newtype. So it's like
yeah,
I don't have time to read. I'm gonna go watch I'm gonna
whatever
go
it
watch
is.
Kyle's summary of it.
Yep,
Um so yeah, that's how I get caught up on those things. Which I
Nice.
think is much more entertaining, honestly.
I would say,
Yeah.
yeah, a decent amount, but half of them I'll say, "Go read yourself." It's yeah, I'm not doing it justice, but there's a good half, you don't have to. It's fine. It's good. Yeah. Yeah,
Um
just skip it.
But then, yeah, that's about it as far as, like, things that are on the list of Gunpla. The real grade Wing Zero obviously got some love. The some absolute stud said that their favorite kit of the year was the high grade Desulter, from Witch from Mercury.
Ooh,
Um,
yep.
very specific.
yeah, he's probably got, like I imagine that he looks something like Magnum PI, or at least he's
Oh.
trying to. It's probably coming off more like Benson Boone.
Ooh. Oh, no, no.
Yeah, I was noticing the mustachy look. Very
Yeah, well,
mustache.
that's as I go into 2026, I'm gonna be dad maxing, so that's what
Oh, okay, okay.
I noticed there's always one that has the wing zero, that stood the test of time. You will always see someone that's like, wing zero, excuse me.
Well,
Uh,
I was gonna bring that up because I'm surprised I didn't grab the real grade Wing Zero. Again, I don't care too much about Wing, but it's just a cool suit, and that would be a really nice kit, like, just in general, a real grade Wing Zero made in 2025. So, I mean, there was even the SDs that came out, the master grade SDs, that
Yeah.
I didn't pick up,
Well,
so
and in particular, it was the real grade Wing Zero, like, TV type. It was not the Endless Waltz one, which is, like, the
yeah,
overexposed, like, I
yeah,
this might be a personal opinion, but, like, I cannot stand the, like, feathery look of the Endless Waltz thing. Like, I get it. It's just a
right.
little melodramatic and overdone to me, so I definitely prefer the, TV version of the Wing Zero. So, yeah, and it makes sense. Like, obviously, 30th anniversary of Wing, people are gonna pick up Wing kits.
Yeah.
I am waiting. You know what? You wanna get me to buy some stuff? Give me a freaking Snow White, give me a Scheherazade, give me the Frozen Teardrop Gundams. I will
Yeah.
buy them. Mainly
I
because I
think
need to know what they look like. No one really knows what they look like.
oh, okay, because
Right,
I
they're
think
all cloaked. They all have, like, their
Yeah.
oh, because they've been doing the thing, I think they just did it recently with, like, the fixed figuration, and then it's, like, a different color, and it's supposed
Mhm.
to represent that,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a fixed figuration that's white, I think. White and yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious how they're gonna do it because what is it? The Snow White, which is more or less Wing Gundam. It has what is called the Seven Dwarves, which is just its
Hmm,
Buster rifle with elemental elements. So you could get like the blue. It's like all in German
wow,
too. It's like blue, red. One's fire, one's ice. So it's just like a decked out Buster rifle, and I'm curious
interesting.
how that would look like.
Sounds like
that's
a video
amazing.
game weapon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's got some, like, Sentai style. I can just imagine, like, the
Yeah,
5 Gundams, like, coming together and, like, putting their hands on the center and saying, like,
that needs to happen.
Mhm.
"Super elemental fire!"
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
that's definitely a little hokier than the whole "Is your base secured?" Um, but what
No,
can you
yeah,
do?
I think you have something there. It's like Go Go Gundam taking off. Or
Have you guys read Gundam Burai at all? It's kind of tokusatsu a little bit. It's
oh,
essentially Gundam in Edo period, so feudal Japan. It's very more super robot than anything. You summon your robots, so
oh, okay.
it's pretty cool. Everything's based off of like Edo period stuff.
That's
Really
awesome.
interesting. I love it. There's no gunpla of that either. I would love a gunpla of those because the armor
What
on
is it
those
called
look
again?
beautiful. Gundam Burai. Yeah, it's great. I am
Yeah,
loving it so
that sounds
far.
like, it's got P Bandai written all over it, if
Yeah.
ever. I mean, if P Bandai ever stops doing F90 stuff, then
Yeah, I know.
Oh man, those F90s are amazing though. I'm glad they're giving attention to that era at least.
Yeah. I just want some animation from it,
Yeah, tell me
some
about it.
stories.
Well, hopefully we get something to that effect in 2026. We've got Hathaway,
I mean, the
so
Yeah.
greatest thing that came out this year was fan made, in my opinion.
Yeah, right? I know.
oh man.
uh, yeah, I'm
Well,
excited for Hathaway though.
yeah, same here. I think that
Yeah.
that'll be refreshing after this year's we described it almost as like a content drought, but I don't think like it was just different, right?
It
So
was.
and this kind of parlays into the next topic of games, and in particular, like we've talked about it as video games, but
Mhm,
also the Gundam card game came out this year, so that's
Yeah,
technically a game, but not
right.
a video game. And that's probably the biggest game that Gundam has come out with this year. Um, which I mean, it's fun. I don't know if, Kyle, have you picked up any of the cards just
I
to?
have still yet to pick up the cards. I don't like buying cards online for obvious weird, like,
Yeah,
sketchy reasons, and I just can't find them anywhere around me every time I look. I'm not really trying hard though, but yeah, I have been looking. I have been looking.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I was
there's some beautiful artwork on some of them for sure.
Mhm,
yeah, which is kind of, I think, the main reason why I was buying them. But, it's I don't ever really play card games. Steven, us playing online was, like, the first time, and it was fun, though, because it just goes back to, "Oh, this is just like a video game in real life," which
Pretty
is funny.
much. Yeah.
But, I did like the artwork, I did like collecting it. I feel like, though, it even though it seems like people are excited about it, it doesn't seem like I don't know. It seems like it kinda just disappeared in a way.
Well, I
I
think Kyle brought up the best point is that it's so hard to find it, and even
Yeah,
Bandai's acknowledged that. They've come out and said like, "Oh, we're sorry we didn't produce enough of this booster box, like, we're gonna come out with more soon," and it's tough because you've got, like, the new type challenges going on,
mhm,
well, they were going on, like, every weekend, and you could go to a local card shop and play in these tournaments, and some of the prizes that you get for placing in these tournaments are insane, like, especially when Dual Impact came out, the 2nd, card set,
yeah.
the if you placed 2nd, you would get the alternate art Camille, and then if you placed 1st, you would get the alternate art Zeta Gundam card. Those cards go for like $600 to $800 a piece on the secondhand market respectively. So it's
mhm,
like yeah, and if you show up, maybe there's like 16 people to play against and you're only playing in like a an abbreviated round. So it's like you win 3 matches and you basically earn $800 essentially if you decide to sell your cards, but
mhm. Not bad.
Yeah,
pretty
that's
wild.
interesting.
Pretty wild. So
Especially, though, because that's kind of like more of a, perceived value thing right now, right? Just because it's just so new, it's more of, "Oh, we haven't seen this card a lot, and
yeah.
and it'll be for sale." So it's more of the collector than I think the player, but then I wonder if there's a big crossover, like, where people that play a lot are then obsessed with collecting the
If you
I
got a
don't know.
speculator market, you got people there that are driven to buy and sell,
Yeah.
guaranteed.
Okay.
I feel like that's the only way to, it's either that or you're, scamming people to make money in 2025. So you might as well
Yeah,
join the, the Gundam gaming market. But that's why I wanted to give that an honorable mention because
Yeah,
obviously that was not brought up in the poll. Like,
right,
nobody mentioned the Gundam card game.
which is
So,
interesting, yeah.
I was
um,
huge, huge on Pokemon back in the
Oh, yeah.
day. Still have them. That's one of the few things I have from my childhood still. Um,
Oh,
I hated playing the game though. That game was terrible.
but you just like collecting them.
I collected
Yeah.
them. Yeah, it was fun to collect, and everyone had them, and it was just fun to
Yep.
trade
My
and whatnot. So,
my brother was the same way. I think I was just right after that, but my brother was the same way, and then my sons were, off and on.
yeah.
It's cool, though, because I can kinda see that excitement, and that collecting happens in a lot of different things. It's just Nintendo does a really good job with their IPs, make it interesting. But Gundam, like, I think, we're looking at this as a card game, but I think if they made it more traditional, like, collectible cards, that where it's more focused on that rather than stats on, of the game.
They made
Uh,
those in the '90s. Didn't Topps do, like, a Gundam Wing back in the '90s?
oh,
Y
that would be cool. I mean,
I
it
There
wanna
was a Gundam
say
War game, I remember that one. The
but yeah,
zombie was on the cover of it.
I would like those as well, like, those old school, like, collectible cards, stuff like
yeah.
that. I even have, like, some old I don't know if you remember, when Pokemon was doing the, Pokemon the movie, they had their own cards that were kinda like screenshots of the movie,
Dude,
and
I
they
still
they
have some of those.
Oh,
those were
that's cool.
pretty cool, even though they didn't really have value too
Yeah.
much, but I like little things like that.
Yeah, it would
Those are
be
cool.
cool.
I
Like,
wish we could see that more.
yeah, if they had like an ongoing Gundam card collector thing, and then so like G-Quux cards would have came out this year. Maybe Hathaway cards will start coming out soon. So it's like as things come out, they have like the cards. It's just because I like the artwork and they're small, and so you can collect, look at them, put them away. Yeah.
Yeah, but like you said, the speculator market is what destroys it all when you have dudes, like,
Mm.
taking scales to Target and weighing Pokemon packs to see which ones have a heavier card in
Whoa,
them.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
people are ridiculous, man. It's getting out of hand.
A little
It's
bit,
crazy.
just a little bit. Cardboard crack is worse than any plastic crack out there, so,
Wow.
um but yeah, the number 1 game, it seems like to me, of 2025 is Gundam G Generation Eternal. That's kind
Yeah.
of where what I feel, obviously, I've been heavy into it. Part of that's because having a kid, I can't, like, yeah, or well, having the new baby
Yeah.
this year, I was like, "Oh, well, I can't play, like, a proper video game," so I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll just pull out my phone and run a couple of missions in Eternal." But there
Yeah.
were some good games that came out. Gundam Seed Battle Destiny, which was like a
Mhm.
remaster of the old,
Mm.
title, but had some really excellent quality of life updates to it.
Right.
You put me onto that one, Adam.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that I was glad they came out with it. It's not nothing super special, but it's just a fun gamey game and it's Gundam and all that. I um I I just think it's odd how it came out only on Switch and PC and not PlayStation, even though it's a port of a Vita game. But I don't know then what their plan is. Was this just a Nintendo paid for an exclusive, or which I'm starting to think more and more Nintendo is that type where they will get the more Japanese centric exclusives as much as they can. Even if they are wanting, like what they do with Metroid Prime 4, they just kind of throw it off to some Western developer. Hey, make a game,
Mm.
but Nintendo will double down on the Japanese, especially. If I'm not mistaken, the group that was working on that game, they've been working with Nintendo for a long time. Um,
Yeah,
so, but with G Generation Eternal, I feel like that's just the game that's always made sense to come out on mobile, just
yeah,
because it's so fun to play those games. Yeah, I think the thing for me, I had fun playing through like the story missions and then I stopped because then while it's still actually really fun to play, there's less of this end in sight that I tend to feel I need from games. And Kyle, that could be kind of a dopamine thing when you're min maxing. Like it's almost
Mhm.
like you get to a point where it's like, okay, well, what is the end? What are we
Right.
trying to get at here? And so I think when I'm playing like a mobile game, sometimes I don't. That like gets to me, like, oh, this could go forever. Because
it
content
can,
drops.
with all the different game modes that they've been coming
Yeah.
out with, but
Yeah,
I do like that they've balanced it very well between, like, "Oh, here's a new story mode mission," where it's like you can play through 0080, um, well, along with, like, the gotcha seeming, like,
Mm.
that
yeah.
type of game mode that is specifically geared towards the gotcha side of it, but yeah, and that's part of why I was excited about this week because, you know, one of my big complaints was that there was no end to Gundam X, no end to Gundam Seed. It like when at launch it only had Gundam Seed. So they added Destiny and
Yeah.
they only added half of it. Now they've added the second half. So um they still haven't added the second half of Double O.
Kyle, have you been playing it?
No, the only game I played a Gundam game recently. The only Gundam game I played recently is I emulated on the PlayStation 3 Gundam versus Full Burst. That game is amazing. I
Nice.
love that game. I wish I could play the newest one, whatever that is. I just like Full
Maxi
Burst because when I was in Japan, that was the main cabinet
That's
at the
it.
time. So I was like,
That's
"Oh, I
cool.
wanna play that." Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know
Wow.
what? I think that you share a similar sentiment with everyone else who's in here because, GBO2 and Gundam
Mhm.
Breaker 4 were the other games that were mentioned, and those were not 2025 games,
Right.
which again kinda goes to that idea of, like, a Gundam drought, so to speak, as
Right.
far as, like, content that we're getting. There's no new video games coming out this year.
Wait, was
We're
Silver Phantom what was that? Silver was that last year? I
No,
completely
that was the year
forgot about
before. It was the
Oh
end of
my god.
24.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah,
But
okay.
it's coming out on I think it came out on PSVR 2 either December or it's next year. It actually or it might be next year because then that made me think, "Wait a minute, then no Gundam game came out on PlayStation this year," which is kinda weird to think.
well,
Right.
and they never come out on Xbox, so
Yeah, so yeah, strange stuff going on.
yeah,
Right,
so
yeah.
kind of unfortunate that, that we don't get as many Gundam games out there, but like you said, Kyle, I think that, the Versus series is the one that stands the test of time, like,
I love
everybody
that
loves
game.
playing Extreme Versus, um
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I love that game. I suck at it. I love it, though. I love it so
Those
much.
are some of the best games. You're not good at them, but you're just
Yeah.
turned on by that, I guess.
Also, Silver Phantom, there is a comic, there's a manga that, Zionic is uh,
Oh,
currently translating, and Nina shows up in it. Nina Pribbleton, the bitch herself.
interesting. So, yeah, we'll have to because
oh,
wasn't
man.
in the VR portion. So, yeah, it's just in this manga portion then. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to
I
find out.
wonder
Well, I'll have to wait
if
for
she's still
a
with Ko
video.
or if she's, moved on to
Uh,
another lover.
That's who knows?
Once you go
Who
Gato, you can't go back, right?
Yeah. Right? Yeah. I don't know. Weird choices people make. In the middle of a war too, like, focus. How about you focus? You ever think about that?
well, it's that whole need to survive and to carry
Yeah.
the human
Right,
seed
well,
forward.
Kojima would be proud, right? Like, "Do you think
Oh,
love
yeah.
can bloom even on a
Oh,
battlefield?"
god damn it. Kojima is,
Uh,
like, one of the weirdest frustrating? I don't know, frustrating. It's like someone I go back to and I go, "Why do I go back to?" But I do go back to, so I guess there's something there.
yeah, yeah, there's something. I don't know
There's something.
if it's good or bad, but it's like watching a train wreck. You just have to take it in and hope for the best.
Yeah,
Um
those are some of the best too, especially, like, movies where you're like, "This dude put his light heart and soul into this film.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
make fun of it. I'm gonna laugh so hard at at his art," and that happens, and it's unfortunate, but it happens.
Did you see
Oh,
Megalopolis?
Oh, man, I've only watched, like, parts of it. I couldn't get through it. I couldn't.
Yeah,
It
I
made me
finished it,
laugh a little bit,
but you
but
can tell
no.
it's totally he had something specific he wanted to say, and the way he went about it, yeah, it's very personal,
He
and
said something.
yeah.
yeah, that's one of the problems with the old auteur. Um and I think that there's something to that, like, it going into next year, one of the things that I wanna do is I wanna start having these types of panels where we have between, like, 3 and 5 guests where we debate all of the hot Gundam topics that people argue about on Reddit and on Twitter, but we're gonna do it in a much more, I don't know, vitriolic and hopefully humorous fashion.
Yeah,
And
Nice.
one of the
exactly.
things that drives me nuts is when people say like, "Oh, well, the creators didn't say that that's what they were trying to do." And it's like, I don't know. I mean, I kind of think that the art should speak for itself.
Right.
And
Mhm.
if a creator is telling you this is what I was trying to do, then they've already kind of lost the plot.
Yeah,
So,
in fact, a
Yes.
lot of times the expression is unintended, or it
yeah.
could be, the way someone is expressing a certain thing is based on their viewpoint. So that's what I find
Mhm.
interesting. Like, I know people like to pick apart, "Oh, this is what they mean," but it's like, well, not necessarily. And yeah, you're right. Even if they said it's what they mean, and it could, but that expression could lead to other ideals, which is a cool thing.
Yeah.
Tamina was on record saying that if Putin saw Victory Gundam, there would be no war. So, you
That's
know,
hilarious.
Well, see,
people
that
say
just
like
confirms that Putin's got good taste.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. This is it the Bikini Death Squad?
uh
I think it is.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I'm sure that there is a Ukrainian, bikini death squad.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah. Nice.
uh, well, for the end of the show here, let's talk about Gunpla builders. Before we
Yeah.
hop into the list that people submitted, I wanna hear what you guys think. Um, Kyle, I know that you don't, like,
Mhm.
typically follow, the Gunpla scene, but is there a particular Gunpla creator that you think stood out this year?
The Warhammer chick that does Gunpla occasionally.
Hmm.
I don't know, I forget her name, but,
Rogue Hobbies.
yes,
Yeah,
that's the one that stands out the most to me.
that was, like, a very tactical partnership on Bandai's part. Like, they
Mm,
definitely reached out to her, especially with the announcement of, Gundam Assemble. They were like,
Yeah.
"Look, we're gonna be doing miniatures. You do miniatures. You should start doing Gunpla." And, no, I think that's a great shout out. That again, that's not one that was mentioned in the
Yeah.
poll. So,
And
mhm,
that kinda
um,
started this past year. Yeah, right
mm.
before summer, yeah.
yeah, that was, like, right at the beginning of the year. What about you, Adam?
You know what? I would say it's Pencil Knights, which is on the list. I think you turned me on to I had already followed Pencil Knights, but I think it was specifically around, the Mighty Strike, that time period, and then
Yeah.
you had 'em on shortly after that, and it's just like, that's just cool stuff. That's like that next step,
Exactly, yeah, and he picked up some GBWC wins,
Yeah,
some IPMS wins, this year, so that was really cool. I was
Nice.
really, excited. I've been meaning to talk to him for, like, over a year, so it was really cool to have him on the show.
yeah.
Um, Definitely the standout, of the year for me too,
I know it
especially the 2
influenced a lot
projects
of
that he What's that?
stuff. It influenced a lot of stuff you were working on too, like, you guys
Oh,
were
yeah.
kind of exchanging back and forth some tips and all that, yeah.
Yeah, because he, in addition to being one of the few, like, English-speaking LED builders, he also does 3D modeling and printing. So,
Yeah, yeah,
um, yeah, the
different
last 2
time.
projects of the year were a Perfect Grade Wing Zero, which was a commission, and he had 3D printed parts for that specifically because there wasn't enough room to run wires through it, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, big fan of Pencil Knights.
yep.
A couple of other shout
Nice.
outs on here. Obviously, It's a Gundam.
Mm,
Probably the best English speaking painter on YouTube that I know of. So I'm glad that he got some love on there.
yep.
Yamato Impact looks like a Gundam Breaker 4 YouTuber.
Okay.
So I don't know if Yamato did some building as well. Zach Aurelius, obviously legend, been
Yep.
doing it for as long as all of us have been around and
And
longer.
Outside Gundam too, which is cool. He does plenty of stuff that's outside that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, and obviously with the partnership with USA Gundam Store, he helps people get their hands on Gunpla as well, so that's,
Yep.
um, something to be admired.
Yep.
I love this one. Anyone participating in GBWC Canada, um,
Yeah.
yeah, can we get some love for Canadian builders? I think that, correct me if I'm wrong, but the winner of this year's GBWC World was a Canadian, I
Oh,
think.
I don't remember, but that could be. It's funny at the
Uh,
end of the sentence, they said "yay," but I would think
Yay.
they would say "a."
And not
"A?"
not yay, not Kanye, like yay, like
Yeah,
celebratory.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I wanna say it was Ryan Gunpla?
Huh,
Hmm.
The 13th tournament, let's see, that's the U20 over 21 course. Oh, man, maybe I'm thinking from yeah, that must have been last year actually, was the
oh,
2024 one. But some excellent winners from this year as well. This This year's GBWC was a little abbreviated. It was weird 'cause, I
Right.
thought that I was gonna have more time to build and have an entry ready, but the dates were moved up from last year,
Mm.
so
There's a lot of weird things that happened because even with that, they did the quick Gundam tour, Gundam base tour, but then didn't do the Gundam base at the anime conventions like they did last year either. So I didn't bother going to Anime Frontier here in Texas. So that was kind of, yeah, a weird thing with all that.
yeah, and the
Interesting.
Gundam Base tour, I think kind of fell flat, which is surprising that, like, now there's the official Gundam Base store in Chicago that
Yeah.
opened, just a couple weeks ago, so, that place looks amazing if you guys haven't seen the footage from there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
Um,
cool.
Yeah.
and then last was, Mekajang?
Yeah.
Make a jang.
Not a builder I'm familiar with. So, and again, that's what I love about this is it's like, "Oh, shoot," we get an opportunity um,
You know what I
to
need to do
learn.
next time? I need to ask people I need to have us entry put a link to art to the art so we can share that. So for
Mm.
next year, that will be something I'll add.
Yeah,
Um,
we will definitely, have a little bit we'll do a little bit more preparation. We'll have, some more visuals to go along with what we're doing instead of just us gabbing.
which yeah, it's funny because it's funny how that just works out sometimes, the gabbing, you know?
Yeah,
It's it it's funny, because it's like, uh, well, I guess we'll talk about that tomorrow because like the favorite content creators, like the different
yeah.
ways in which people speak about Gundam, like the lore, or if it's just like a chill chat, or if it's like a complaint. There's all the different types.
And there's
Um,
always room to complain, that's for sure.
Mhm.
I dropped a, poll in the chat here. It looks like a lot of people have submitted answers. The Gunpla that you're looking forward to the most next year, I didn't put very good answers, obviously. I put in the Gundam 7th, which is a P Bandai, which that one hurts my feelings a little bit because I was working on a 3D printed conversion kit for the
right.
Gundam 7th, and now P Bandai is just making one.
I know.
The G-Quux, Endymion Awakened version, and then Other, which, looks like there's some love for the Gundam 7th in chat, so I appreciate you guys. Well, what about you, Adam? Gunpla that you know of coming out next year that you are excited about?
Yeah, you know what? That 7th, I think, is it because even with your build, like, you were just hyping me up in it, and then it's featured in the Battlefield record as
Yeah,
well, so it's got some of that video game legacy to it. Um, and, I'll have to look and see, what other stuff is coming out next year because I don't know, it seemed like in 2024, there was a lot of interesting things to look forward to in 2025, but right now at the end of 2025. I can't because I remember this time last year, all the GQuack stuff.
right.
And we would even look at Amazon listings where it didn't have the picture or would just have some title placeholder.
And
And
so everyone was speculating like, "Oh, what's this like?" Yeah.
that was fun. You know what? I was just reminded of something. Kyle, you might know about this because I guess
Mhm.
there's that new Thunderbolt Gundam.
Thunderbolt Gundam, yeah, from Gundam Thunderbolt. Yes, yes, he gets his own thing. I haven't read it yet, but yeah, I know about it.
Now,
Uh,
I keep seeing pictures of what looks like a model kit, but is that just maybe someone made?
I have no idea. It's
Um,
just came out, right? So
right. Yeah.
unless they released, yeah, I don't even. I imagine they'll wait till the volume is released
Yeah.
and then
Um,
probably announce
I
something
wonder
to
if
go
they'll
with it.
do, like, the Thunderbolt version of, like, the Double Zeta that was going around the internet a couple weeks ago.
This thing's
Oh.
wild.
Yeah, well, what's weird is, and I guess I totally missed this 3 months ago, a picture of the Thunderbolt Gundam in GBO2. I I must have
Interesting.
missed that, and it's a Reddit post, and it was from 3 months ago, and it's
Interesting.
like
Hmm,
yeah, unless that was a leak, because that happens a lot, where there
true.
will be leaks from GBO2. Um, yeah, so far, everything that's come out in GBO2 were leaks that people are like, "Nah, that's not gonna happen."
Yeah,
Huh,
I mean, the Crossbone, like,
I just
all the
got full
Crossbone
cloth.
Gundams.
yeah,
Too bad I
exactly.
can't join a server or play that game.
Well, yeah, you know what? I would almost say GBO2 could be the reigning champion of, like, Gundam Game of the Year just with its releases, but it's so hard sometimes to play or to even play the way you want to play. Yeah, that's I think the biggest issue with that game, but I think they
Mhm.
just keep it going because people will drop a lot of money every month. So it's almost like a guaranteed probably a few thousand a month.
I guess.
It's probably enough to pay for someone's salary and then some. I don't know.
There you go, that's all you need,
Yeah.
really.
What a
Um,
world.
and,
Huh.
I mean, it's running on, like, 25-year-old technology because it's
Yeah.
it's still the same engine that Gundam Crossfire and, 0081 were built on, so
Damn.
classic, and even the models from the game, all of the models in GBO2 that line up with those games, they recycled all the mobile suit models for it, so
Wow.
kinda
Yeah, I just
funny.
can't wait for the true next gen Gundam game, like, even someone in that list added Code Fairy for Gundam game,
It's
even
coming
though
out next year. The truest Gundam game is coming out next year. It's called Ace Combat 8.
oh, I was
It
just
is
about to say, what are you getting at?
You
Well,
had me
you know
there
it
what?
for a
real
second.
I'm not I'm being genuine.
I
That is
know,
the
you're not
greatest.
wrong, like, that tone, that scenario is exactly what we need out of a Gundam game, and
Yeah.
instead we have Gunpla builder fighters, the Gundam Breaker. Which that's again, the weird thing is when you make a Gundam game, what is the core of its universe? Is it a story in universe story, or is it just SD Gundam Battle Alliance, where it's just a story of multi universes, or is it a story about building Gunpla? It's so many
Yeah,
options.
it's interesting, like, I don't know that SD Eternal has a story improper, but it does have, like,
The
that
characters,
operator, the character that's like,
yeah,
"Thank you for signing in. Here's your login bonus for today." But I
yeah,
don't know if
that's
that
interesting
means anything.
because in G Generation, don't those characters talk about being in the world?
They
Or
do from time to
okay,
time, and, like, one of the characters who gets the most representation in the SD Gundam G Generation lore is, Mark Gilder. Uh, he's actually an AUG pilot in the
oh.
SDG generation lore, um, but I don't know how the Phoenix Gundam fits into.
Yeah, like, how do
Mm.
they who made these g yeah, and does it matter? I don't know, but that's so, I guess, this is something I didn't think about, but personally, maybe since we got some time, what our favorites of these categories are. I know we kinda brought it up as we went, but just to kinda cap it off,
Yeah,
because with the video games, like, I think I'm gonna go with the, Seed game. Just because it's a gamey game. Even though I kinda respect more what's being done with Eternal, I'm glad they ported a game. I mean, whatever they're trying to do with Gundam, at least they're doing it. And then real quick, I'll go with the Gunpla. It's gonna be the Zagok and the Cavalier. And
nice.
then yeah, we're Pencil Knights for, yeah, content creator or
Sweet.
Gunpla builder, yeah. What about you guys?
Let's
'Cause I
see.
I guess with game, it's kinda hard. There's not much there.
Game, I mean, it's always gonna be, let's be real, Gundam Wing Endless Duel. It's won 25 years in a row.
There you go.
Back to back,
Although
game of the year.
but no, really, what was the version of the game you're playing on the PS3 emulator?
It
The
was, Gundam versus Extreme Full Boost, that one.
okay,
I haven't played the newest one, which is on
Maxi
Uh,
Boost.
Maxi
Maxi
Boost
Boost,
on.
yeah.
I've played that, but, like, it's one of those things where all these names, like, what would be different? I don't know.
The cool thing about, Full Boost is it came, out before Hathaway, so it uses the old Hathaway art,
Oh, the novel
the novel
stuff.
Oh,
art.
cool.
Yeah,
That's cool. Okay.
yeah.
I didn't realize there was a game that had, Penelope and Kasai representation in it, um,
Yep.
Yeah,
prior to GBO2, obviously.
yeah, it was pretty rare. I think it was, like, in the early 2000s, they for an SD game, they had to then come up with a stronger design of how it would look, or one of them, either Penelope yeah, the Penelope because of the fixed flight unit. They were like, "How do we make this design work?" And then it was slowly yeah,
Turn it into
from
a
a video
bird.
game. What's that?
Yeah, turn it into a bird.
Yeah, turns into a bird, yeah.
Yeah, I do like I like kind of like the boxiness of the old designs a little bit, at least for Psy Gundam. Yeah, I do like the new Penelope. It's sleeker, it's nicer. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see what Odysseus looks like in the actual anime.
Yeah.
That's gonna be awesome.
I hope
Yeah.
that they do something exciting with it, I think that a lot of the trailers look a little rough as far as, like, the, CG goes,
Yes.
um, but I think that it's production CG, it's not final, but I do appreciate that the character CG looks very cinematic.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
liking the characters. CG. There was a reason why everything was dark in the first movie.
Yeah,
Apparently,
just like Alien's
clearly.
Predator 2.
Yeah, it sucks. Oh man, there was also a recently, not too long ago, a fan made hand drawn '90s version of Hathaway, and I'm just like, God, I wish they would give people budgets to do art like this still, but they won't. They won't. They'll cut corners. They'll make
Yeah.
them do CG just to get it done faster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
yeah, pick up this kid, be like, "Okay, this is your style. Let's then use this as the foundation, and we'll
Mhm.
use his expertise to help us make sure we're following through." Yeah, it's collaboration,
Yeah.
with enthusiasts. They need to do it more.
100%.
But
Um,
hey, I don't think Bandai at all destroyed Gundam the way Disney has destroyed Star Wars this year. So, I think that's
Yeah, yeah, you're not wrong. They have like a slow grip. It's not like a death grip like Disney has. It's more of like a leash that just like one day you're just gonna like stop moving and you're still gonna get dragged along.
hey, well, we gotta give Disney credit because they did do something here at the end of the year is they posted all of the, over on Disney Plus, you can watch the vintage Star Wars spinoffs. So the Ewoks movie and the
Oh,
sequel, Battle for
that's funny.
Endor, that stuff
That's
is
funny.
available to watch, and the Droids cartoon.
They're also
Um,
releasing the Star Wars in February. Never before aired the 19 the original version,
Oh, yeah.
1976 version, which I said once they release that, oh, they're hurting. They're hurting
Oh,
because
exactly. It's
yeah,
like them going
they're
back to
doing
Robert
this.
Downey Jr.
They're
This is all
desperate.
happening at the same time.
They're desperate. That being said, I'm gonna go see it because I've never seen that version in theaters before.
Yeah.
exactly.
So
Might as well take advantage of it.
I'd
yeah,
only seen the special edition in the theater.
yes, yeah. Anyone our age, I imagine. I'm
Yeah.
just that VHS before the special edition. If you ever had that, is
Yep.
the only way to see that version. And
Yeah.
I lost mine a long time ago, and I've never seen it since. There
Oh.
is a fan pirated version, pirate at your own will. Of it's called the de-resed version or
Oh, yeah.
D something
Despecialized.
despecialized, and
Yep.
it keeps all the 5.1 of the new sound, all the restoration, all the clear visuals, but it takes out all the special effects from
Nice.
the 1997 version.
Yeah, that was one of those things when that came out, I loved what he did with Tatooine, like, just filling out the city. Because
Mhm.
at that time, I had the action figures, and with cardboard, I would then build the cities and fill it out. It was that sorta world immersion
Throw a
that I was
banta in there.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Throw some bantas
Throw a
in there.
couple of giant alien, yeah. And it was the same thing with, Bespin, the Cloud City, where it was like,
Oh, yeah.
"Why are there no fucking windows here?" Like,
No windows. Yeah, that's one of the better moves. It's beautiful just seeing the clouds in the background.
yeah, just a little something. Yeah, how are you gonna live in a place you call Cloud City and you can't even look outside?
Well, you know why
Right?
that happened, right?
Oh, what?
Why?
There's a reason. It was the issues with green screens.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that would make
They didn't
sense,
wanna
yeah.
have to do that all the time, so sometimes with set designs, they used to, will minimize windows.
Mhm.
Um,
That
Yeah,
makes
that's
sense.
that's why they changed, if you watch, RoboCop 2, he's bluer so he wouldn't reflect as much.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, that also reminds me, I think it was episode 1 or 2 where they extended the size of the windows, in the Jedi
3,
Council. It was episode 3?
yeah,
Okay.
and wait, oh, are you thinking of I'm thinking of
Uh,
in, Return of the Jedi, the Jabba's hut, the door, they extended it, and you're like,
oh, that,
"Why'd
yeah.
you extend Lucas, why'd you extend the door? Why'd you make some poor intern spend 2 weeks animating this door?"
You
Um,
know, I wonder if they would do these movies like video games where you go to start it and you select the options of what you want it to have. You know what I mean? It's
Oh,
like, I
that
do
feels
want the add-on here, but I don't want Han getting, or, Han
it's
shoot
coming.
first,
Oh,
you
that's
know?
coming. Oh,
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that's what AI is gonna do for us is, like,
yeah.
pick your own
How would you like to
adventure.
watch this?
yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
But, yeah, I thought you meant that there was a lore reason for, like, why they didn't have Windows invest
Oh.
in, like, "Oh, well, it's actually because they mine gases and, like, it's poison." But you did not go full Kojima, so I appreciate that.
No, it could be that no, they found this book and they read an incantation and it made it where windows of a certain size would cause, diseases to corrupt and it was some weird, like, lore that didn't need to exist. That's one of those.
Yeah, God forbid Kojima ever get his hands on
Yeah,
a Gundam property because
Please don't.
it would be
let the explaining begin.
or or maybe we just need him to do it like Hara Studios did their thing. It's like, let Kojima do his thing. And he would who's the most recent eccentric, actress? Because that's what he does. I think he goes for the ones that, younger, newer actresses that are very emotive. Elle Fanning, this other girl that was in a horror movie, another girl that accepted an award, and if do you guys notice that trend?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He loves
Well,
the
that and
girls,
Norman
I'll say
Reedus,
that.
right?
What's up?
Norman Reedus,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, he chose I said he loves the ladies, I'll say that.
Yeah.
Or maybe, he got confused because of long hair.
Um, I did like Margaret Qualley and her aborted ghost fetus, though, in that one video game with the
That's what
ghosts.
I was referring to.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. It's gonna be Kojima's, Hamon's deleted affair.
Oh,
Oh,
god.
okay, okay.
Oh my god. Well, so Kyle, did you have a favorite Gunpla of the year? You mentioned
Favorite
game
Gunpla of the
and
year.
builder, but, like, what was,
What would you buy?
Ah,
What would
if
you
I had to
build?
buy right now, I'm trying to think. Last thing I bought was an Ilfrith,
Oh,
the original Ilfrith from the prelude, from the
hell
Witcher
yeah.
Mercury
yeah,
prelude, and then I don't know what happened to it. I lost it or something. Um, I would say if I were to buy something right now, it would probably be the Psycho Gundam Mark II, the big
good,
one.
good choice.
Yeah,
Good
just based
pick.
off of yeah, yeah,
Yep,
it's a good one.
Yeah, we need more double Zeta representation in the world.
yep,
Mhm.
definitely.
Well, that brings us to the end of the hour. We covered a lot, at least, as far as Gunpla is concerned. Tomorrow,
Yep,
tune in the usual time for the Gundam Explained show where we will talk about anime, figures, and
content
everything else.
creators. Yeah, content creators. But with
Content
the
creators.
anime, how much is there to really talk about? We might just be complaining. So we'll
Keep
see.
my white people out of my anime, damn it.
Yeah,
No
that would
kidding.
be a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to well, I'll definitely come to the table with a lot of the interesting, G-Quux fan theories that came out of that, and, um, yeah, how pretentious is G-Quux?
Yeah.
Tune in tomorrow to find out.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. I hope that, you guys watching, had a good laugh with us,
Yeah.
and that you get out of here in time to go watch Stranger Things and The Ball Drop. Be
Oh,
safe
yeah.
tonight if you are going out. Are you doing anything for New Year's Eve, Kyle?
I'm gonna go grab another beer. That's about it. I might
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's about it. I've been playing through the past 15 years of Mortal Kombat. I've been catching up, so I've been playing
Oh,
9, 10, 11, and 1. I've played all of them but 9. I work backwards for some reason. I don't know why, but I've been
hmm,
enjoying that. I'm probably gonna continue
that's
that.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm down for that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Hmm. Yeah.
Dude, sweet. Well, awesome. You guys have a great, happy, and safe New Year. We'll see you guys
Alright.
next year. Hurdy-dur.
Yeah, see you
Tune in
next year.
tomorrow for the Gundam Explained show, and, we'll pick it up there.
Yep.
Cheers, everybody.
See
See
y'all.
ya.